Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, welcome back to our new lecture for the chapter of ledger and the subject of accounting. This is the lecture number 3. This chapter is used for class 9 and 10 for the chapter of 7. But in class 11, this is the chapter number 2. I have already taken 2 classes for ledger. First one for definition, types of ledger, and keywords, importance, features of ledger. And the second lecture was moving balance format method using a ledger prepared. I will show today how to draw a ledger for using T format, that is the traditional format. Dear students, listen and watch carefully and write it properly in your copy. Okay. Now, at first, you have to write the new question, the new creative question for solving a ledger question. That's for using T format. Okay, dear students, write it in a hurry. Creative questions of ledger, that is the T format. On 1st March 2020, Mrs. Ria started business with cash taka 55,000. The following transactions occurred in his business in that month. March 3, opened a savings account into one bank taka 5,000. March 6, goods sold taka 2,500. March 10, goods purchased taka 20,000. March 20, goods purchased by check taka 7,500. March 31, check issued for paying salary taka 12,000. The requirement A, show the journal entries without explanation. You already got it in the previous lesson. Requirement B, prepare ledger for the account of cash and salary expense using T format. Requirement C, prepare ledger for account of bank. Dear students, I think you have written in your copy for this creative question for solving the question of ledger using T format. Dear learners, we'll start the solution of this creative question. Requirement A, show the journal entries. Now, you can draw a new format for general journal. Totally 5 columns are available, date, accounts title and explanation, ledger folio, debit taka and credit taka. You can see in the next slide. Creative question solution. Requirement A, journal entries of Mrs. Ria for the month of March 2020. Okay. Now go to the question for journalizing. Okay, March 1, Mrs. Ria started business with cash taka 55,000. For the first transaction, 2 accounts are involved. Number 1, cash account, another one, capital account. So you can write March 1, cash account debit, capital account credit 55,000. You can see in the next slide, cash account debit, capital account credit 55,000. Dear students, now March 3 opened a savings account into one bank taka 5,000. This is the same one but deposited into bank. And a bank account opened using savings account or current account. In this type of transaction, two accounts are related. Bank account, another one cash account. So March 3 you can write bank account debit taka 5,000 and cash account credit taka 5,000. Again, March 6 goods sold. Goods sold without information. Goods sold occurred in cash. In this transaction, two accounts are involved. Cash account, another one sales account. Now you can write for journalizing cash account debit, sales account credit for taka 2,500. March 10 goods purchased taka 20,000. This occurred in cash because without information. Goods purchase. In this transaction, purchase account and cash account involved. So you can write purchase account debit, cash account credit for taka 20,000 debit and credit. March 20 goods purchased by check. Purchased account, another one bank account. For this transaction, you have to write the debit and credit. Purchase account debit, bank account credit 7,500. March 31 check issued for paying salary, that is check given for paying the amount of salary. In this transaction, two accounts are involved. Salary expense, another one bank account. So you have to write for journalizing salary expense debit and bank account credit. You can see in the next slide for requirement A, March 1 match with your answer. Cash account debit, capital account credit 55,000. March 3 bank account debit, cash account credit 5,000. March 6 cash account debit, sales account credit 2,500. March 10 purchase account debit, cash account credit 20,000. March 20 purchase account debit, bank account credit 7,500. March 30 salary expense debit, bank account credit 12,000. In journal, total amount has to equalized. So total amount in debit 1,02,000 and total amount of credit 1,02,000. Dear students, now you can go to the requirement B. Prepare ledger for the account of cash and salary using T format. You have known from previous lecture, this is lecture number 1 for ledger. What is the format of T or traditional format? You can see in the slide number 3. Requirement B. Ledger for the account of cash and salary is prepared below using T format. You know that two sides are available in an account using T format, debit side and credit side. In debit side, 4 columns: date, account title, journal folio and taka. In credit side, and same: date, account title, journal folio and taka. Okay, at first you have to the phase 1 for cash account, another phase to be used for salary expense. I have used in one page, but you can take two other pages for preparing two ledger, the cash and salary expense. Okay, now in this format when you are using, then at first you have to see in the journal which transactions are available in cash account. Now you can go to the journal, cash related journal, March 1, March 3, March 6, March 10. But March 1 and March 6 cash is debited, and March 3 and March 10 cash is credited. So which transactions are related to debit in cash, then you have to go in debit side, and which transactions are related to cash in credit, then you have to go in credit side of cash account. Okay, you can see the next phase, March 1 and March 6 in debit side. In debit side, March 1 capital account. I think you have understood from the previous lesson, when a ledger or an account is opened, then in account title column is to be written the opposite account of the ledger account. So you are opened a cash account. At this moment you have to write in account title column the opposite account. For the first transaction, March 1 cash account debit, capital account credit. We have gone to debit side, but in account title column you have to write the capital account for 55,000. Another one in debit side, March 6 cash debit, sales credit. In debit side you have to write the in account title column sales account 2,500. And credit side, two transactions are available. March 3 bank account debit, cash account credit. Now you are the credit side of cash account. In account title column you have to write the opposite account of cash, that is the bank account for the March 3 5,000. Another one, March 10 purchase account debit, cash account credit for 20,000. In the same way you have to write in cash account in opposite account of cash in account title column, that is the purchase account for 20,000. After posting these transactions, then you have to see which sides a total more than the other side. In this cash account, in debit side total amount of 57,500, but in credit side total of 25,000. So it can be said easily debit side is more than the other side. So at first you have to total it in debit side 57,500, and this amount will be carried to credit side 57,500, and then from 57,500 deduct the amount of totally 25,000. This is the balancing figure, amount of 32,500. But what kind of balance? That is the balance CD, the balance carried down. When balance CD carried down to be used, then it is the end of the date of the month. So March, this is the last day of the month of March 31. So you have to write in all ledger in T format, balance CD, that is the last day of the month, you can write. And in credit side balance CD, you can go to the opposite side, balance BD, and the next date of the next month. So balance CD 32,500, you can take it easily for the next month. For opening date April 1, balance BD, that is balance brought down 32,500. In this way you have to complete the ledger account using T format. This is a fact, but you have to try it, you have to solve it more and more. Dear students, now you can go to the next one for requirement B, salary expense. Okay, I think you have drawn the new format for salary expense. It has two sides also, debit side and credit side. In debit side totally 4 columns, date, account title, journal folio, taka. In credit side 4 columns, date, account title, journal folio, and taka. Okay, before posting this amount you have to know from the journal which transactions or which transaction are related to salary expense. Go to the previous slide. Only one transaction related to salary expense, that is the March 30. Salary expense debit, bank credit. Now you can go to the salary expense account in debit side with the March 30 in account title column. Which account to be written? The must written the opposite account. Salary expense, the opposite account is bank. So you can write in this way. In debit side 2020 March 30 bank account totally taka 12,000. Now how can it balance it? Total of debit taka 12,000, but no amount is available of credit side. So total amount 12. This amount would be carried to credit side 12,000. How to balance it? In cash account, total amount of debit minus total amount of credit, then balance CD. And in this account, no amount is available of credit. The total amount of debit 12,000 is to be carried on but carried down at the end of the month, that is the March 31. You can write in this way in all time for preparing a ledger for an account. March 31 balance CD taka 12,000. Again this way you have to apply. Now you can take the balance CD for the next month, and for opening date balance BD, that is balance brought down taka 12,000. Though T format is time consuming, but you have to know how to draw it, how can solve it, how to prepare it. Dear students, you can go to the STEM. This is the question requirement C. Prepare ledger for account of bank. That is, you have to open an account of bank with the ledger account using T format. Okay, now you can go to the next slide. Requirement C. Requirement C. Ledger for the account of bank is prepared daily using T format. Okay, there are two sides, debit side and credit side. In debit side totally 4 columns, date, account title, journal, folio, taka. In credit side 4 columns also, date, account title, journal, folio, taka. Okay, from the previous requirement I think you have understood how to post in an account using T format from the journal. Now you can go to the journal for requirement A, which transactions are available in related to bank account. You can see March 3 bank account debit, cash account credit. March 20 purchase account debit, bank account credit taka 7,500. March 30 salary expense debit, bank account credit 12,000. Okay, totally 3 transactions, but only one transaction related to bank debit and 2 transactions are related to bank credit. Now you can take these transactions to bank account. At first, March 3, you have to go to the bank account. March 3, in account title column you have to write the opposite account of bank, that is cash taka 5,000. And March 10, this transaction debit and credit, purchase account debit, bank account credit for taka 7,500. You can go in credit side in account title column, there is the name of purchase account, the opposite account of bank 7,500 will be written. Another one, March 20 salary expense debit, bank credit. Bank credit, that is you have to go to credit side for this transaction. In the name of accounts title, salary expense, as salary expense is the opposite account of bank. you can write in this way in all time of ledger using T format. Okay, salaries expense 12,000. Now you are seeing in the account total of credit side is more than the debit side. The total of credit side is 19,500. Now you can take this amount to be carried in debit side 19,500 and it is amount and deduct 5,000 from this amount. The balancing figure is the last date of this month, the March 31, balance CD, that is balance carried down 14,500. And balance CD would be carried down in next month, April 1, balance BD 14,500. Dear students, in this way, you have to prepare a ledger using T format. Okay, now it's for you. Try to prepare ledger for account, capital account, salary expense account, sales account. Salary expense account is given, but only for requirement. You have to open account for capital and sales account. Dear students, you have to follow my all instruction for preparing ledger using T format and moving balance format. I have given 3 lectures for the chapter of ledger and how to prepare a ledger using 2 formats. You can listen it, watch it, and write it more and more and several times for your future betterment. Okay, dear students, thank you very much. I think you are fine in this Ramadan. I am fine also at this moment. Take care. Allah Hafiz.